I have no idea.
Okay. I'll post something this next week so that we can find out. Because this was the only thing that we had to do this week, right? There's not a group assignment or anything like that. I don't think so.
Come on. I don't think I even have the agenda pulled up. Study group. Discuss questions about the week's material, update your individual study guide. Oh, I haven't even started on my study guide. Oh. Share your individual preparation assignment. Yeah, it's just the same thing as last week. Just write the question.
Okay. But no, like, group presentation or anything like that we had to do?
Oh, no. We don't have one until week... Where did I write that? I think we're week 6. So in 2 weeks, we have to do it again.
Okay.
There's 1 and 6, 2 and 7. Yeah, I think it's week 6. We have to do it again.
Okay.
Okay, so capacity of the parties.
Because I mean, they obvious, like, capacity of the parties, they want to make sure that they have available credit. They always check your, like, they usually want like pay stubs and all that stuff. Because it says
persons who may be considered to be legally incompetent include minors, insane persons, and sometimes, under specifically circumstances, intoxicated persons.
I mean, they're probably not going to give a loan to someone that has a felony or has trouble or DUIs or anything like that.
I don't know if there's any of that on loans.
Okay.
But I know, like, after you have surgery, they say you can't sign any legal documents, like, for like 24 hours after you've been under anesthesia. Insane persons, so, if somebody's been declared insane, they're incompetent. They're not capable of making legal decisions.
So making sure they understand the terms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's what it would mean. But how would you...
It's the one thing that's interesting. I remember, like, going to do a car loan and them saying you need to sign here, here, and here, and read over it, or they don't really give you time to like skim through it. They just say, here, sign.
Yeah, and it's all the legalese stuff that is like, what does that really mean?
Yeah. So. It was capacity to contract.
Yeah. Can you still see that template?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I still see it. Yep. Capacity to contract. And this book is hard to find stuff.
Oh, I know. I started writing in the margins just stuff that, if I flipped through it, I would see what was on that page if it was something that I needed. But it's still.
Like, I didn't do as well as I
Yes.
wanted to on the first test. So this next test, I'm going to make sure.
Oh my heck. Did you see? He changed the date, the due date, after I took it. I think he changed it today. Yeah, it's not due now till the 18th, I think, something. But I was like, after it said it was due the 11th, and I took it and crapped it, and now you changed the due date?
Did you send an email to him?
I should. I want to retake.
I may do the same. Then.
Obviously, if you can change the due date on it, I want to retake.
Yeah.
I thought I understood it when I was taking it, and then reading through it afterwards, and the questions that I got wrong, I was like, huh? I thought I had that right. Obviously not.
For the exam unit 1?
Yeah. What's that?
It was due the 15th. The appeal for unit 1 for any questions that we missed is the 18th.
The appeal?
Yeah. Under week 4, it says WO4 appeal unit 1 exam is May 18th.
Come on. Silly phone. Come on. Ah.
Okay.
That's not what I want.
But insane persons, it's on page 132. Intoxicated persons. But I don't see.
I don't like how my phone, once I click on a notification, it takes it off of the screen.
But let's see. Capacity. What does it say as the definition of capacity?
What are you doing, Emmon?
Capacity is a legally defined level of mental ability sufficient to reach an agreement. So just making sure you're mentally stable, I guess. Is that?
Yeah. So how do you use that in the example? I don't know. Well, that's kind of hard to, I don't know.
I would say making sure that you understand what you're signing, the documents.
Yeah.
Making sure that you know that you have to make your payments on time. Kind of like with getting a credit card, you have to make sure to make the payment on time, and that there's interest and all of that, and that you don't have 60 years to pay it back or whatever. I guess, yeah. I don't know.
So on this exam, originally I had written down that it was due Tuesday the 14th, and now it shows that it's due Wednesday the 15th.
Yeah, I did mine on Monday.
If for some reason I did it on Saturday. Oh, I know why. Because I am extremely busy Monday and Tuesday and had no time to do it those 2 days. But if I had known it was due, previously, if it knew was due tonight, I could have done it later tonight. But
And the dates are weird. The next one is the 28th, the next exam. So
for Unit 2,
yeah, which is
that's a
Tuesday,
Tuesday.
but it's good because Monday's Memorial Day,
Yeah.
and I'll be off all day. So that means I'll
Yeah.
be able to
Probably
before
doing
I do
family stuff. Ah, there's a bug on my screen.
before I do the exam, I'll make sure my study guide is completely filled out and
Well,
review it.
yeah. Well, I went over my study guide. I used my study guide. It just frustrates me that I thought I
It's
knew it and I used it, and it's just worded really weird.
yeah, that is my problem with it. Like on the quiz, the review quiz, I had to take it 3 times.
Yeah, I did.
To, just because I was like, I'm not gonna get an 80. I want, and I mean, I got a 90, but one of the questions that I missed, I was like, what is the answer?
Uh,
I want 100, but I couldn't figure it out. So,
okay. Well.
but I'm glad that I kind of know what to expect now on the
Test.
test.
Yeah. Okay, so here I'll show you my oh wait, where'd it go? That's not. Gosh, almost I got off of it here. Okay, there's my example. Can you see that when I change screens?
I can't see it. No.
Okay. I never know what these things. Um, okay. So I just put, when I bought my car, I offered the auto sales place a sum of money in return for their turning over the car and title to me. They accepted my offer by accepting my payment of money, signing the title over to me, and giving me the keys and car. So what was yours again?
The house, like getting a house.
And how did you word yours?
Let's see. Let me see if I can find it. Where is it? Let's see. So mine says the example that, so I have an important example that came to mind is the great opportunity of being able to purchase a home. The first thing that most couples have to do is that they first put in an offer as to what they are willing to spend on the house. Second, they wait to see if it'll be accepted. Third, sometimes they will come back with a counter offer that they have to accept. After all this is done, you will have a thing called consideration, which is something, a promise, an action, forbearance a party provides in exchange for something from the other party, a promise, an act, forbearance. As I thought about consideration, it's important to remember that they may ask for a down payment, which gives you the ability to contract.
Okay. Oh, sorry. So how would we use either one of those as a
And then let's see, given an enforceable contract. So I like the car one, because with the car you have to make your payments pretty regularly so that the
when I buy a car, I pay cash.
interest doesn't go up, and that way it shows that you're willing to pay it back, and that way you're not paying as high of interest and having it build interest.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of, I think they enforce it more. And then I don't know, and then I mean, kind of with the house, if you're not making the payment, they can take the house away from you.
Yeah.
And force you to give it up. So I mean, either one. I'm fine with using either one. Whichever one.
Okay.
Which one would you prefer?
I think we'll just use the car.
All right. We can do that. And the correct answers and wrong answers are easy. We could do the correct answer is what are the steps that are taken in the process of doing an enforceable contract or something. You'll want to put that up above that. Where you're typing, it's the correct answer where you're typing the question.
Oh, I was putting the answer.
Oh, okay. Enforceable contract.
Offer. Gosh, my brain is on. It's not on tonight. So is capacity to contract isn't a step, is it?
Let's see. Consideration. I don't know. It's one of the things that's listed on the example that we're supposed to write about.
Yeah. Let's see, where's my notes? Contracts. Offer, acceptance, consideration. That's from the slideshows that we were supposed to watch.
Okay.
I don't know that there's so much steps as they are the ingredients of a contract. So what are the parts?
What are, for which part?
So these aren't so much steps as they are ingredients of the enforceable contract. They're the parts of the contract. Did you watch the slides from?
No, I haven't had a chance yet to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I guess they are steps. Okay. We can add different things into the wrong answer. Like, what other things are in? Oh, I need sleep. Sorry.
No worries.
Should we put in statute of limitations?
We could. Or promissory estoppel. We could do that for one of the other ones. Or the seal.
Okay.
Or legality of subject matter. But I'm good with whatever. So. What is the promissory estoppel for the wrong answer feedback?
Well, yeah. Okay. This one goes here.
Is offer, acceptance, and consideration. And then what are we putting for the wrong answer for 3? Do we want to do lack of mutual assent? ASSENT. And then do we want to move what are the correct steps taken in an enforceable contract up to where it says quiz question?
Oh my gosh. See, my brain's not working.
What time is your other class on Wednesday?
At 7.
Because on Wednesday, I mean, I can meet earlier if that's easier.
Yeah, we talked about that the other day. We can meet earlier.
Because I've been getting home at 4:15 Pacific time, but I know that's probably right around close to your dinner time since you're in Utah, right? Around 5-ish.
Yeah.
So I mean, I guess it would probably be, by the time I get my computer up, it'd probably be close to 4:30 or 5. Or by the time I get my computer up, it'd probably be 4:30. But I mean, it's probably better than meeting at 8, almost 8:30 your time. I don't know how some of the other students that are in other countries do it.
I don't know. Last semester I had a guy that we met at he was in South America and he met at 11 o'clock at night.
And what time was the meeting?
Well, it was my 7 o'clock. It was 7 or 8. And it was 11 o'clock for him.
Yeah, and in one of my other classes, we the group that I was in, we were supposed to meet at, I think it was like 7 or 6 a.m. and the other people in my group, the other person was in another country, and they they never came into the meeting, so it was just me and one other person.
Wow.
So I need to find out if there's an audiobook for this book.
It would just put me to sleep.
I mean, I grasp the things that it's talking about, but being able to put everything down on paper into wordage is where I struggle. Is being able to think about what it's talking about.
Okay, how's that look?
When I purchased my car, I offered the auto sales place the sum of money in return for sum of money in return for instead of him, what about in return a place, auto sales place, a sum of money in return for the salesperson turning over the car and title to me? Turning over the car and title to me. They accepted my offer by accepting my payment, signing the title, and turning the title and keys over to me. Um, what were the?
All right. So let me turn.
I'm trying to think how we could add more to that.
So we've
by
got, okay, so what are the three things?
Offer, acceptance, consideration, and then there was also the capacity to contract.
Yeah, okay, so the offer. So I offer the money. Consideration is that they're then going to turn over the car and title to me. Or let's see, offer. Offer acceptance. Offer.
I'm trying to think what we could put, because one of the things that I definitely am going to do the next time I purchase a vehicle is make sure I'm more of a bargainer.
Well, okay,
And
so I did offer them an amount. Well, yeah, they didn't take the amount because they'd already lowered the price. So that wouldn't work.
when I purchased my car, I offered the auto sales place a sum of money in return for the salesperson turning over the car and title me. They accepted my offer by accepting my payment, signing the title, and turning the title and keys over to me. Do we want to put in that they also verified credit score?
They didn't because I paid cash.
Yeah.
How?
Maybe something about
The only
checking.
thing they had to verify was that I had insurance.
Yeah. That's probably good. So that could be part of the explanation of our example. Is we put in the offer, they took the sum of money, gave us the title, and gave us the keys, and drove off the lot. Or we could throw in, they also threw in a car wash or whatever. I don't know. 'Cause,
So
I
what
mean,
is what's the consideration? That's
is any lawful alteration of responsibilities that is given in exchange for another person's consideration, his or her lawful alteration of responsibilities. Consideration is based on the idea of quid pro quo, something for something, some action, forbearance, or promise. In almost all contracts, consideration is required for enforceability. So,
something for something. They took my cash for the car.
consideration accepted my offer and they required me to pay the amount when I picked up the car. Something for something. I mean, you had to give the money to get the car if you're paying with cash. Had to pay the cash I offered. We put in an offer, they accepted my offer. In consideration for the car, I had to pay the cash before they would release the car to me. Cash I offered before they would turn over the title and car, title, keys, and car to me.
Okay.
That's probably good, right?
I would say so. Okay.
Um,
All right. I think that'll work. Do you? Got anything else?
I think that's pretty good. Trying to think. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. What do
Okay.
you think?
I think that works. All right. Well,
We've met for how long? 50 minutes? 40 minutes?
yeah, about 40, 45.
Let's see. I'm going to pull up the study guide. And then maybe we can do this for 10 minutes and see if we have any questions on this. If my computer will load. It's so slow. I think it's because we have the meeting going. There we go.
I don't know.
Meeting.
My last group that I was doing, my thing kept telling me, your internet connection is unstable. I'm like, really? Seriously?
Okay. It's trying to come up.
No general contract principles. What is a contract? What are the requirements of a valid contract?
It's trying to load.
Now I'm making you yawn.
I've started my new shift, so I've been having to get up at 5, and so far I've been on time all week
Yeah.
so far, but it's by the time it gets to 3:45, I'm ready to get out of there.
What did you say you did?
I work for On Track.
Oh, that's right.
They do packages.
I know where I've heard that before. My brother works for On Track. Well, I'm not sure if he's back at FedEx or if he's still doing On Track.
No, it's not even letting me move it.
And where are you at?
Arizona.
Arizona.
Which party must give consideration? What would that be?
Both
Which
of them, don't they?
consideration? Which? Both. Yeah, because it says a contract cannot be one-sided. It exists only if there's a promise or an action or non-action on each side. What is adequate consideration? Usually a court will not evaluate the adequacy of consideration. In other words, if two parties make a deal, it will not be struck down because the court feels that consideration is inadequate or equal.
Which one are you on? Where did you read that?
I'm doing which party. It's under the go down under consideration. You just passed it right above that. Which party must give consideration?
Oh, right there.
It's both, right?
Yeah. Yeah, both have to. It's like the car. I have to give them the money. They have to give me the car.
Yeah, because I mean, you're giving something for something. Yeah. How can you tell if a contract has consideration? By what the terms of the contract is, right? How can you tell if a contract has, by the promises that are made, I would say, right?
Yeah.
By the, how can you tell if a contract has consideration? I would say by the promises that are made and the terms of the contract. I don't know.
Oh man, I can't even spell responsibilities. What is legal sufficiency of consideration versus adequacy of consideration?
So I see the adequate consideration, but legal sufficiency.
So adequacy, the court usually doesn't evaluate the adequacy. Two parties make a deal, it will not be struck down because the court feels that the consideration is inadequate or unequal. If a person contracts to buy a pencil or a piece of ordinary paper for $500, the agreement is enforceable, provided, of course, that there is intent to make a contract. The parties are competent, and there is no fraud or violation of other contract principles. What's the other one? Legal sufficiency consideration?
Yeah, I don't. Legal sufficiency consideration.
I'm too lazy to get up and turn the light on.
Legal.
It's not even in the index.
Oh my goodness, I'm tired. I don't know. Legal.
Or the glossary.
Entails a bargain for exchange of legal detriment or benefit, not
What page are you on?
106, but it doesn't say legal sufficiency. Well, what is legal sufficiency of consideration versus adequacy? But it does say a legal detriment or benefit, not necessarily an economic or material loss or benefit, but any lawful alteration of responsibilities, giving up one's right to sue can be consideration. Legal sufficiency. I mean, is it talking about making sure that it's a fair offer?
It's kind of what it sounds like.
But I don't know. Legal. Ooh. No, that doesn't look right. I don't know. I think I may have to just read this weekend. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, you want to call it a night?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
So you'll submit
The document with the link on it. Yep.
and then you'll send me the
Yeah.
copy of it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Awesome. And thank you for submitting the PowerPoint
Yeah. He said
or
we.
the
I'm just gonna stop the recording. Yeah. He said we did good, which
the
I was
present
surprised.
the presentation. So yeah.
All right. Well, till next week.
Sounds good.
Oh,
Thank
it's
you.
still recording. I said to